Hello everyone and welcome back to another math video. Today we're going to be talking about how to simplify radicals with fractions. This is also called rationalizing the denominator. Similar to the problems you see up on the screen here. Just a reminder, this is the speedrun version where we go through it pretty quickly. If you want the normal version, I'll link that in the description below. For your Ricasso Recap, you should already know how to multiply radicals and you should know how to reduce fractions. If you want refreshers on these topics, there will be videos in the description below. Please go watch those before you start this lesson. All right, new lesson starts now. Here we go. All right, so we have two steps here. And we see a radical with a fraction. That's what this lesson is all about. So step one says to simplify both radicals. The reason you can do this is because you can think of this fraction. When you put the radical over the whole fraction, it actually means that each number gets its own radical. So we should know how to simplify radicals. Square root of 27 is 3 square root of 3. Square root of 4 is just 2. Step one is done. Step two, NORAD, not the National Aerospace Defense, but here NORAD stands for no radicals allowed in the denominator. So just a general rule of mathematics is that we don't leave radicals in the denominator. And so the good news for us is that in this problem, there are no radicals in the denominator, so we are good to go. This is our final answer. Step two is done. Now for this problem, you'll notice we've got a step three, so let's look at this. So again, let's simplify both radicals. So let's put our work down here. The square root of 75 over the square root of 20 is equal to 5 square root of 3 over 2 square root of 5. Step one is done. We have simplified the radicals. Now, here you'll notice that we have a radical in the denominator, right? And we're talking about NORAD here. No radicals allowed in the denominator. The way that you get rid of the radical in the denominator is you are going to multiply the top and the bottom by whatever radical you're trying to clear. So we're trying to get rid of the square root of 5. So we're going to multiply by the square root of 5 on both the top and the bottom. Now, we should know how to multiply radicals. When I do this, what I get is 5 square root of 15 in the numerator, in the top. In the denominator, I get 10. And that was the whole point, right? Because when I do 2 square root of 5 times the square root of 5, this is like saying 2 square root of 25, which is just 2 times 5. And that's exactly what we wanted, right? We wanted the radical that we had to disappear, okay? And so our radical is gone. Step two is done. Step three says to reduce. You need to look at your outside numbers. So in this case, it's 5 and 10. Think of those as a fraction and ask, can I reduce the fraction? In this case, you can. It becomes 1/2. So final answer is 1 square root of 15 over 2. Normally, you would not write the 1, so it would look like this. And our final answer is the square root of 15 over 2. All right, here's our cool clock for today, which means that it's time for you to practice what you just learned. Go ahead and pause the video and try these two problems on your own. And when you're ready, you can unpause the video and we'll check your answers. Okay, now that you've had time to work these problems, let's check your solutions. Okay, for the first problem here is the work. You should have gotten 5 over 3 as your final answer. And for the second problem here is the work. You should have gotten 5 square root of 6 over 6. All right, that is it for today. I hope you all have a good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and good night.